Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.
All right, here we are. We're back at it. Another edition of Scottplex City. It's after the election. We're all live. We're here. We're moving on. All right.
WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump is our president-elect.
That's funny, but you just said WWE Hall of Fame.
I had to mention it. This is a wrestling podcast.
Hilarious. He is the first. He's going to be the first president that's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Is The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin, maybe Vince McMahon, going to be in his cabinet? You know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Secretary of Whoop Ass.
Yeah, right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Secretary of Kicking Candy Ass. The Rock.
So, Scotty B's there. I'm Scott Pank. Let's just think real quick, right? Let's erase Pence from the picture, okay? Let's get rid of everybody. So, if we were to choose out of the WWE, who would be Trump's vice president?
Probably Vince McMahon, because those two are buddies.
Right? That would be them. And then you'd have, like, your Secretary of State, like, The Rock.
The Rock, Stone Cold in there.
Stone Cold would be, like, he'd be more of a, I think, like, war type area.
Oh, yeah. Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense. Yeah, that's more of a Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. Hilarious.
I'm gonna whip everyone's ass, son.
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, if you support Trump, you don't support Trump, you support a Hillary, you don't support Hillary, you know, we still got to come together
Absolutely.
as one. And at the end of the day, we're Americans first. You're Republican 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the list, because before that you're still a father or a brother or a sister or a mother or something. At the end of the day, we're all Americans here. And if we can come together, then regardless how you feel about Trump in the office, things could be better than what they could be if people are going to cause controversy. Yeah. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. I mean, it's happening for years. I mean, you're going to have people split as far as who they want as president. You know, obviously it happened with Bush and it happened with Obama and all that stuff. We're all going to live our lives the same. Things aren't going to be all that different. I mean, there's going to be a few things here and there, but it's not going to really change things so much where your life is going to be just blown into proportion out of, you know, out of sync, you know?
And I can understand how some people are fearful. I really can. But
think
at the end of the day,
the
remember that there is a process behind everything that takes part in the government. There's no supreme ruler. This isn't North Korea here, you know what I mean? There's still process and everything. So, let's have faith in our country. Let's have faith in one another.
Absolutely.
And you know what? If you don't like it, 4 years from now, you kick them out of office.
And you elect someone else. Exactly.
It's as simple as that. All right, so that's that. And I don't want to get into politics or anything like that because this isn't the show or place to do that. And I don't think that
we should have fun.
You know, we shouldn't put out who we support and who we don't support. But at the end of the day, thank you, WWE and wrestling gods, for not putting a pay-per-view in the mix of all this craziness, because I don't know how I would have handled one. I just can't. Just a little too much going on. So let's I don't know really where to start with Raw or SmackDown this week, so I think I'll just jump into some other rumors. But allegedly 2 superstars were involved in a backstage fight overseas, and that is Chris Jericho and Sin Cara. And allegedly Sin Cara was making annoying noises on a bus. He continued after being asked to stop by various people. Jericho basically told him to stop more forcefully, which launched the reply of an F off. And damn, this is like Trump versus like Hillary right here. Like, it's just like complete other side. And then basically at the end of the day, there was a little bit of controversy. I don't know if there was fists thrown at all. That wasn't reported, but I guess they're being suspended now.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I haven't really heard anything about suspensions. I mean, I think this isn't the first time Sin Cara has gotten in some sort of fight with someone. Jericho, I think, has back in the day. There's got to be maybe something that happen, but right now, I mean, Jericho's like right in the middle of something going on, so it kind of wouldn't be the best of times to suspend him. Sin Cara maybe not so much, but I mean, they're still worked on Monday, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if we see them next week.
And Eva Marie, she's off of her suspension. She has been currently cast in the WWE Studios movie, and she is going to be returning to SmackDown in December.
No one's missing her. She looks good.
She definitely looks real good.
She's not really missed right now.
No.
There's too many really good wrestlers on SmackDown right now, so we're not missing her at all.
Also, some more stuff outside the ring. Scott Hall was a no-show at some indie booking for no reason. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, yeah. DDP says that he's okay. But I don't know. Maybe Scott Hall's fallen off again.
I hope not. I mean, he's had some issues in the past, and every once in a while he looks like he's doing good, and then something happens, and he's back to doing good, and then something happens again. So hopefully this wasn't anything serious. Just maybe he just was sick or whatever, but there's no
proof or anything on it.
Yeah, exactly. You got to say something if you're not going to show up. I mean, just be like, okay, something happened, can't make it, blah, blah, blah.
Also, Rusev, there's some news on Rusev that we'll get into when we get into talking about Rusev and his role and what's going on right now, because what they are possibly planning for Rusev could be pretty major right here. So we'll get into that in just a few minutes. Where do you want to go? You want to go SmackDown or Raw? Because it really don't matter.
Might as well start with Raw.
All right, so Stephanie McMahon, she basically kicked off the show saying that the 5th member of Team Raw at Survivor Series will be Seth Rollins. Great choice. A lot of controversy within the team. Do you think that they're all going to be working together? Is this a way to kind of set up to reunite Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins somehow?
There's a possibility. Something tells me this whole match is just going to blow up because you have people on the SmackDown team that don't like each other. You have people on the Raw team that don't like each other. Something's going to happen where these teams are just going to totally combust, and it's going to just be a wild free-for-all at the end. Because the SmackDown team already basically fell apart. Baron Corbin, he left the team. He basically quit, saying, I ain't fighting for this right here. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Which led to the announcement of... Well, he didn't want to be part of that 6-man tag, and then he was put in another match, and then he gets hurt. So that's the reason why they didn't bring someone in. Oh, he did get hurt in that? Yeah, or that was real? I don't think I think it was a kayfabe thing, yeah. He has trouble fighting Kalisto. He just can't beat him at all. He can't do it, yeah. Wow. But that basically led to him not being on the team, which led to the announcement of Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, of all people. Going to step up, be the 5th member of the Survivor Series team, which makes me feel that SmackDown is going to walk away as the champion. It's going to come down to Shane McMahon and... Oof, this is going to be tough. Maybe Seth or Kevin. I could see that. I'd rather have it come down to Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, champion and champion. That would be probably the best, I would think. Oof. Then they could be then they could really talk who is the better champion, exactly. The Universal or the, what is the other one? The World Title. World title, yeah. Another big match coming up, and we're 2 weeks away now from Survivor Series, so we still got time for stuff to play out. Absolutely. And everything like that. I think another big match that we're going to get from these the 5-on-5 matches, I do personally think that we're going to get the Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens feud. That's going to come out of this. Mm-hmm. Somehow. I don't know how it's going to come out of it, but I really, truly feel that it's going to happen. And on SmackDown, I think that there's just, like you said, I do think it's going to fall apart, this Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles things. And I think with AJ Styles trying to act like he's the leader and everybody's got to fall in line behind AJ Styles because he's the champ that runs the camp, I don't think that's going to work. And I think somebody's going to screw him over. Like maybe a James Ellsworth who has been named the mascot. Mascot, yes. Now he's a mascot. He does look like a mascot. He's a little goofy looking, that's for sure. That shirt is kind of awesome. You want one for your birthday or for Christmas or something? I might want one. I really might want one. I was thinking about it. I could not see myself wearing something like that. I'm sorry. I was like, if I'm on the WWE shop ever and that shirt's $4.99, I'll order it.
But if it's more than that, I can't do it. But $4.99, I could definitely make the move on that, especially if I'm getting free shipping and all that stuff as well. But I don't know. Do you think they're kind of maybe pushing the juice that they got with Ellsworth too much? Did they?
I think they're using him as much as possible. You know, it's just like just keep on. As long as he's getting pops and stuff like that, just keep on doing it until it all runs out.
Is him and Dean gonna form something, or is he gonna screw Dean over? What's going on?
I'm thinking there's a possibility that he's gonna just, he's gonna trust him too much, and then end up screwing him over or something like that. Ended up siding with AJ. We also got to think about Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Randy Orton's supposedly part of the Wyatt family now. Is he going to end up screwing Bray Wyatt over in this match? Because I could see that happening. Because I don't feel that Randy is definitely a part. I mean, they're doing it where he's just playing mind games with Bray, and he's looking for a shot to screw him over. And I think this might be an area to do it.
Is Braun Strowman in this 5-on-5 match?
Yes, he is. He's obviously on their side.
Could Braun Strowman
those two
sabotage Team Raw for Bray?
That could happen too. But at the same time, it's like they seem to be really pushing Braun as just a single competitor, not part of the Wyatt family.
They haven't mentioned Wyatt family in forever.
Yeah, so there's always a possibility they could, he could reform with them, but I think they're pushing him way too hard to be a single guy and away from anyone else to even consider that.
Right. Now, Sasha Banks and Bayley, they took on Alicia Fox.
No, Alicia Fox is part of that team. It was Sasha, Bayley, and Alicia Fox.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And they took on they took on
Charlotte
the Raw
Flair.
Women's Champion Flair. Charlotte. I can't talk right now. It's been a long night. I barely slept. Dana Brooke and Nia Jax. I don't know. Just wasn't the greatest of matches. It was just kind of blah. It was felt like it was there to fill space when I would have just preferred maybe a singles match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
But they're pushing all these teams that have to work together to end up fighting each other. That's basically what they're doing right now. It's just pushing all these teams that are supposed to be a unit, but they're going to have them fight with each other instead up until the point where they actually do have to team up. So
I would say there's more friction on this women's team for Raw than on any of the other teams on Raw and SmackDown.
For sure.
Because nobody's getting along. Because even at the end of the day on SmackDown, Nikki Bella and Carmella,
yeah.
they're even though they're feuding, but still
they're on the same team,
teaming up Nikki Bella, Naomi, right? Is it her that did they walk off together at the end of the night?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the match last night on SmackDown?
Yeah, because there's Natalya versus Naomi.
So we're seeing alliances built there, and there's not really alliances being built on the Raw side with the women.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's still fighting one
Pretty
another.
much.
I mean, Bayley and Sasha aren't together, or Sasha and Dana Brooke aren't working together.
Dana's not actually on the team. I mean, Charlotte had said, "Oh yeah, here's the fifth member of the team." Dana comes out, and Michael Cole was like, "She's not the fifth member. It's obviously Sasha Banks." So.
Do you, wow, this stopped recording over here, so I gotta kind of play around. I probably didn't delete enough stuff on this damn, I'm telling you, sometimes these damn devices and how they run out of space so quick is just amazing. But anyways, so we'll continue on. We were just talking about the women and stuff, and, I kind of lost track of everything right now. Obviously, where do you think we should go? Should we go to cruiserweight? Should we go more into the women? What do you think?
We can go to the cruiserweight. That's fine.
So the cruiserweight title is going to be up for grabs too at Survivor Series.
Obviously the cruiserweights are on Raw, and Brian Kendrick holds the title right now. He's going to go against someone from SmackDown. Going to end up going against Kalisto, and with that, if Kalisto ends up winning the belt, not only will the belt go over to SmackDown, but the whole cruiserweight division will go over to SmackDown.
I do think it's a better fit for the cruiserweight division on
Especially
SmackDown.
since they're more wrestling oriented, that would make sense. But it's also kind of weird they would do that since they pushed for so long before they actually debuted on Raw. That they're going to just take them off Raw, just like that.
Right.
I find it weird they would do something like that. But still, at the same time, since SmackDown is so wrestling
oriented, yeah.
Wrestling, they're fixed on the more wrestling and not so much they obviously focus on storylines, but I mean they throw so much more wrestling in than promos and stuff like that. That it would be a lot better fit over there on SmackDown.
Do you think there's a real possibility Kendricks drops the title to... Who's he going to be taking on?
Kalisto?
Kalisto?
I just don't see it happening right now. I mean, Kendrick just won the belt, so and it wasn't all that long ago that T.J. Perkins was the inaugural champion, and just to have him lose it and then Kendrick lose it this quick, it kind of devalues the belt a little bit. You got to have guys hold on to it for a while.
And, I mean, it's like if one belt goes one side and the other belt goes to the other, and the other belt stays put, then belts are lopsided.
Yeah.
And it's like that's why they introduced, in a sense, the cruiserweight division. So they had that other belt on Raw because of how stuff changed. I really like the cruiserweight division. I do think Raw needs it. I mean, it makes more sense on SmackDown, but Raw needs the cruiserweight division way more than what SmackDown needs it, to be honest with you.
I think so, true.
Because at the end of the day, if you put the cruiserweight division in on SmackDown, how are you going to be able to fit in the great matches that we've been getting? I mean, I guess you could have got rid of the Breezango versus the Von Villains match. Like, that wouldn't have took place.
That was like a 2-minute match of that.
But, I mean, like you said, it was only a handful of minutes. Like, there's no room for a 15-minute cruiserweight match. Let's just be real.
That's true.
It's unfortunate, but unless SmackDown starts to be 3 hours.
They can't do that. The fact that Raw is even 3 hours, it's just too much. They really need to keep everything the way it is, turn Raw 2 hours, and just...
But if they're told they're going to make $75 million more a year...
I don't blame them, yeah. I don't blame them.
I don't know if that's actual numbers or anything, but if that's the case, then yeah. So I really don't even know. What's up, Shantae? I'll get with you in just 1 minute, all right? We're just wrapping up stuff. Shantae, he's a big wrestling fan, too. He knows the deal, what's going on and everything. All the stuff that you're looking for Where You At Wednesday is out on the desk and everything. We'll get all the people in a second. But anyways, yeah, so other than that, another big moment with belts going on is the Intercontinental Championship. Dolph Ziggler opened up a challenge to anybody on Raw. And then on Raw this past week, there was a match between Sami Zayn and Rusev, which was a great match, by the way. I mean, Rusev, he's the MVP of the week. My MVP is Rusev. He is killing it. His facial expressions he's got the best facial expressions in all of the business. I don't care what anybody says. He's the best. But anyways.
It helps that he's got Lana along with him, too.
That helps a lot. Believe me, people, it helps a lot. That was my horrible Trump impersonation.
It's going to be huge.
So, so basically that match happened. Sami Zayn defeated Rusev to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, which is going to be, Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler.
That's going to probably tear the roof off of Survivor Series. That's going to be a good one.
Steal the show?
I think so. I mean, those two know how to put on a match. I mean, you got to think the way The Miz and Dolph Ziggler were, those matches they had, and we know that Sami Zayn can go. I mean, some of the matches he's had in the past with Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura and whatnot, this is going to be the show stealer for sure.
Should this be like toward the top of the card, if not the main event?
I would say put it right in the middle somewhere.
In the middle somewhere?
Probably put it in.
What do you think Sami's chances are of actually being the champ?
To move the belt over to... I mean, that would probably much move the belt over to Raw, wouldn't it? So that wouldn't make any sense. You already have the U.S. champion over there. Too many belts over on one show wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah. Unless
The Miz gets involved, because, I guess he's supposed to have a match next week with Dolph for the belt.
Miz is getting involved then, if he's got a match.
If he's going to get involved in that match, or possibly do they make the Intercontinental match a triple threat? With Miz, Dolph, and Sami Zayn.
Then you could then Dolph could drop it and it could still stay on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's actually probably where it's going to head.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because there isn't a triple threat match set up yet for Survivor Series.
No.
And there's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be one.
More than likely something like that's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Miz is going to get involved in this in some way, shape, or form. If not in the match,
he's definitely getting involved in the match. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
If not in the match itself being put into the match, he's going to get, he'll interfere in some way and screw Dolph over. It's got to happen.
It has to.
He's just so into this Intercontinental Championship scene. If they don't put him in, it would make no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that would really. And the way that SmackDown's been booking stuff lately, I don't see them like overlooking a detail like that because they've been on point with it. It's been really, really good stuff. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day, 2 weeks in a row now. And they're starting to build these guys up.
No, sure.
They're going to be the next champs.
I think that they have to be.
They're going to, after
Just
we get through Survivor Series.
Wait until The New Day,
they break it in like 2 or 3 weeks from now, like right after that. So from the time of Survivor Series to whatever the next Raw pay-per-view is, The New Day will set the record for the longest reigning tag team champions.
Then they can drop it.
And then they'll drop it.
Much like they did with Nikki, so.
Yeah, because they're not bringing them this far to not do it.
To not do it, yeah.
If they do, that would be a swerve of swerve. I'm not going to lie. That would be a swerve.
For sure.
But that would be like, why even do that then? Because at the end of the day, The New Day, 2 years in, still arguably the most over thing in wrestling.
For sure. Probably next to Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah.
And they're neck and neck for sure.
And it's not like The New Day's really changed that much.
No.
It's same punchlines, catch lines, all that stuff. Same stuff.
Whoo!
I do love that.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
They're so funny, though. They definitely...
Especially when they were in that Braveheart garb on Monday.
God, yeah.
That was so good.
Yo, Big E was hilarious. I was like, yo, this dude is so funny.
You can't take our freedom!
Big E could be a world heavyweight champion.
Oh, for sure. He is so good on the mic.
He is super underrated, I truly think, because at the end of the day, Xavier Woods is a super good, talker. Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good wrestler, too. But when you start to dig into that group, Big E is the key.
He's great on the mic. He's good in the ring, and if you look at his Twitter feed too,
oh, he's good.
He's hilarious there too. He's an all around great entertainer, pretty much.
Yeah. So shout out to the New Day and Big E.
New Day.
And pretty much. Oh wait, and also we were talking about Rusev a second ago, and I meant to bring this up, but allegedly WWE is considering a face turn for Rusev. His match with Brock Lesnar in Mexico City might be a test run and part of a story for him to make the turn. So you see that happening?
But at the same time, Brock is so over. I mean, they're going to boo Rusev. They're going to be cheering Brock. So how are you going to really turn Rusev face with a match with Brock, you know?
How could you? Do you do it by beating him? Do you do it by, taking a severe, brutal beatdown and not giving up, basically the Stone Cold and Bret Hart type thing?
Could be.
Because that's how Stone Cold really turned face. Yeah. Because how could you be face over Bret? Mm-hmm. You gotta get beat down and show resistance and that you want it. So I don't know how I really feel about that, but Rusev as a face, I don't know. I think Rusev as a heel is the way to go.
I'd like to see how they do it. However they're gonna turn him, I want to see how they do it, and if they pull it off well, okay, I'll just see where it goes. But right now I can't see it because he's so anti-American and all that kind of stuff that you kind of want to boo the guy. So.
And right now, that whole anti-American thing, I know that our country is crazy right now over the election. I know that, but if you had him go out there and talk crap about America, regardless who you voted for in this election, you're still gonna hate Rusev.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're gonna hate him just because.
Stupid Americans.
Listen, I'm an American. I can talk crap about the president. You're not an American. Shut your damn mouth. Exactly. I don't care if you feel the same way as me or not. Shut your mouth. You're not an American. So right now is a good time that I think that his heel and the heat that they could get behind Rusev, they could bring it to a whole nother level.
For sure.
Get somebody with the big, not Jack Swagger. Get somebody else that's the American guy to go out there. And I mean, there's a lot of money to be made right now with Rusev and having him be a heel and hating on America. And oh man, he could go win. I could hear it now in my head. So the SmackDown Women's Championship was up for grabs on SmackDown this week. Becky Lynch defeated Alexa Bliss in this match.
But her foot was on the rope, so there's going to be controversy there. There's going to be a rematch for sure.
My one thing, before I forget about it, is they kept calling it the main event.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the damn main event. It was right in the middle of the show.
Maybe because it was for the title. I don't know.
Or did they figure okay, well, we'll get this on at 9 o'clock, not at 10 o'clock, because more people will probably be looking at the election results around
Could
10
be,
o'clock,
you know.
where they maybe weighing it like that. But or is this WWE's way of saying, hey, the women had the main event without them having the main event, but it's a way to make it sound like WWE is doing more and push for women athletics than what they really are.
That could be. I mean, plus the fact they were hyping this match for weeks.
For weeks.
I mean, like, I think
2 months.
around the time that Becky got hurt or whatever, so she was out for a
That
little
was
while.
like 2 months ago.
Was it really
Yeah.
that long ago? Damn. Well, as soon as they knew she was going to be coming back, they said, okay, it's going to happen in Scotland. So they were pushing it that hard. That's probably the reason why they call it the main event, because that's the match you knew was going to happen at that event. So let's make that the main event, no matter where you put it.
Alexa Bliss, man, she's really doing work.
She is doing some serious
She's
work.
gorgeous.
Oh, she's good. She's good looking. Yeah.
Like, I am really into Alexa Bliss. Oh my God.
I mean, even when she's doing the whole scowling and just, it's so kind of hot about.
Just something feisty about her that I love her. I really do. So that division's going really well. I see Becky holding the title. I think she'll drop it eventually to Nikki. I think Nikki's going to get the
They're
belt.
probably gonna give her one
Nikki's
more
going
time,
to go for a nice little run, and then Nikki will disappear. And she'll be joining
John Cena.
John Cena on the beach in Tampa in no time at all.
Mm.
So that's pretty much it for this week in wrestling.
Yeah.
There's a few little minor matches that are just whatever matches that happen.
Just thrown in, and doesn't really.
I think the biggest takeaway at the end of this week in wrestling is that Shane McMahon is on Team SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
at Survivor Series, which is happening November 20th in just a little over a week from now.
And happening next week is the SmackDown's 900th episode. They're going to be.
They got Ring Rockin'.
No, they're bringing in the Undertaker. Undertaker's going to be there, as well as Edge will be there.
Oh, really?
Yes. And that show is happening not too far from us, like
Rated
about 4
R
hours away,
Superstar.
like in Wilkes-Barre, I believe, where a lot of my family is from. So I'd like to take a trip on down there, but it ain't
Yeah,
gonna
go
happen.
see the fan band. Head over
It
to
ain't gonna
the
happen,
arena.
but be nice.
Wow. You know, it's always crazy. I always think back to how Edge retired here in Albany, New York.
That's true.
Like, that was
That's
a
true.
crazy moment. Like, the moment the crowd knew that he wasn't there just to say anything, like, not important, and they realized that he was going to be, you know, actually possibly saying goodbye, the crowd, wow, it was a shift. It was crazy.
Well, the crazy thing about this area is it's always been good at Edge.
Yeah.
He came up with the name Edge here in Albany
Oh, wow, I
because
didn't know
of
that.
one of the radio stations called The Edge here in Albany. He also won his very first WWE Championship when he cashed in Money in the Bank here in Albany. So this area has been very, very good to him.
Wow. So that's awesome. I'm excited to see the Edge back. I really like that. Also, this Daniel Bryan pot stirring thing and how he mentioned, like, oh, my name's on the list, but I can't wrestle, blah, blah, blah. It's coming.
He's
coming.
going to have one more match. They're going to clear him for one more match.
We're
It's
getting
gotta happen.
Bryan versus Miz at WrestleMania.
I would say so.
I
He's gotta come
guarantee
back
it.
for WrestleMania.
I would bet all the lint in my pocket.
Is it you have a lot of lint in your pocket?
I don't know, but I don't want to bet the money in it, so I would go with the lint. All right, so anything else you could think to throw in? Any other rumors outside the ring?
No, I think we're good, man.
All right, well, that was an easy week.
Yes.
Wow.
Next week will be easy, and then the week after that it's going to be probably a little rough with the Survivor Series.
Get back into it.
Mhm.
All right, so that's that. Hopefully you get on out there and tell your friends about the show some more. We appreciate that. You know, go to door knocking and be like, go up to the people and be like, hey,
Hello.
I got this really great campaign to tell you about. It's called Scottplex City.
You're going to enjoy it.
You'll enjoy it a lot, you see. So yeah, subscribe on
It's going to be
iTunes.
huge. Scottplex City, huge.
Subscribe iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here for you every single Wednesday. Video version drops on Thursday, so that'll be out tomorrow. Hit up Scotty B on them socials.
Find me, Scotty B 1976 on Twitter, Scotty Bizzle 76 on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook, Scotty Blaine. That is Scotty with an I-E, not a Y.
Think about this real quick before we close out the show. Who's your MVP of the week?
MVP. Wow. Cheapers.
I'll let you get on that. So you can get at me on them socials at Scott Radio across the board. Like I said, Scottplex City, find it iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Also, you can search Pank's podcast. Bada boom, bada bing. It's one and the same.
I gotta go with the New Day just because they did that whole Braveheart
New
thing.
Day.
New Day rocks. Yeah, just
I-
the whole Braveheart thing. That was just so awesome.
Bravehearts, all my natives. What up? Tell your friends about the show. Okay, all right, bye. We're out of here. See you. Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.
Scottplex City.
Marks.